Hello, everybody. It's Kangacasts, and today we're going to be talking about my predictions for Rainbow Six Siege Invitational 2025. As you can see, we have our groups here, Group A, B, C, and D of the 20 teams that did qual. We're going to be looking at their stats. We're going to be looking at their players, what the teams look like. And if you didn't know, you yourself can make predictions based on my predictions. Maybe you can just make your own, though. And what's in it for you? There's a point system depending on how many you get right through the group stage and through playoffs. And whatever you do get right, you have the chance of getting things like an exclusive V308 skin. That's a Lion's gun. You can get free battle pass, free alpha packs, and um it's been here for the last two majors. And now for SI, it's going to be even greater. Something that I like is you can only choose the teams in Group A. As for the Montreal Major, you could choose any team in the Swiss stage or whatever. But right here, you can only choose teams in Group A, Group B, Group C, and Group D. And so what you're going to be predicting is your first place, your second place, and the team that gets eliminated. So your first place team is going to be the team that gets to go to the upper bracket without a bye, and your second place team is just going to have seeding, and that's good. Um, and they have priority who they get to play in third place from the other groups. I think. I'm not entirely sure on that. But looking at our groups, we have Group A, and I think this is going to be a very hard group to predict. We have G2 Esports, M80, we have Unwanted, which is the ex Beast Coast core, Team Joel, which is ex Bleed, and Liquid. And if we go look at their rosters, there has been a couple roster moves in stage two. I don't actually think there was. I'm not 100% on that. But G2, Alamo and Doki, Uno, Blaz, and Moira. This is a good core, but they just haven't been able to produce results. Then we have Team Joel. Team Joel did make a roster change over the break, and they replaced Asfi and Turdsta with leader Noodle. Bringing Noodle on is good. I think it's going to be a good move for their roster because leader and Noodle have worked together before, and it'll bring more of it. Um, and they changed their coach from Julio to Corey. So this is going to be a really powerful roster that's just from APAC. It's just APAC's last hope, in my opinion. Then if we go up, we have M80. M80's got three new players, Diffuser and Gunner from the old Beast Coast core, and Packer from CL4L or Challenger League for Life, who made the Montreal Major. So I think this is a good core. You have Diffuser and Kino who kind of play a similar role. Spoit is probably going to be your entry fragger. He's going to be trying to find those picks, maybe a flex pick. Gunner's going to be your IGL, and I think he just has a little bit more experience than the other ones. And Packer, I think he's very inexperienced, but being at a major, he's played in North America League for a long time, and I just want to see Packer shine on this roster. Um, and then Team Liquid, Nesk, Palu, Lugonis, Resets Maya. They're nothing too special. And then Unwanted. And they kept Gaveni, Hot and Cold, and Spirits from the ex Beast Coast team. And then they picked up Adam and Dream. And Adam and Dream are just. Dream is a very support oriented player, and so is Adam. I think with a new roster, you have to play slower. So picking up two support players is going to increase their odds of making it to the major. Um, and so for my group A predictions, I don't think it's a surprise that I'm going to put Liquid at first. I think Liquid is the most defined roster here. They didn't make any roster moves. They have good results every time they go to an event. Um, I think it's more of just Liquid being down in the dumps right now. I feel like we always say it's going to be their year, and it never is. Now for my second place team, I'm going to go ahead and put M80. And the reason is because they've been they have a strong core, and even if they did make their roster moves, their roster looks killer. And I'm a big M80 fan myself. I really enjoy Packer. I really enjoy Gunner. and Diffuser. Not too big on Spoit, but that's a video for another day. Um, and I just think he's gonna do well. This roster is just gonna do well overall. I think they're gonna fix their mistakes from last year, and I think they're gonna have good results. And then my last place team. Now, I wouldn't blame you for putting any three of these teams here. Unwanted is an unproven roster. Team Joel's an APAC team, and statistically, they have the worst results at SI. And G2 is just G2. They aren't showing up anymore. They look fractured as a team. And that's why I'm going to put them as the eliminated team. And you're going to say, oh, Kanga, whatever. This is my opinion, and I'm a G2 hater. I don't think they're going to make results. I was really rooting for Matchco and Asparagus when they played G2. And I don't think it's going to yield the results that they want. Taking up Laura, I can see Blaz too, but their roster decision to get cameraman as an assistant coach, it doesn't really make sense to me. And after they did pick up Ramallo as a coach and they replaced Titan with Ramallo after Fabian left. And I just don't think it's worked out for them. So G2 there, and I'm gonna say Team Joel fourth, Unwanted third, M80 second, Liquid first. Now in Group B, I'm gonna say this is the group of death. There's four teams here that are very proven, very have good results, and this is just really good for them. So we're gonna go look at the rosters. FaZe Clan, Cyber Souls, Vidaking, Handy, KDS. It's not a surprise to see them here. FaZe Clan have been one of the most dominant teams. They got second at last SI. They got second in the Copenhagen major, and they got third, fourth at the previous two majors as well. So FaZe Clan, very proven roster. It's just they haven't gotten the results that they want. Team Secret is a very good roster that pick up a Virtue. I think treated them well. Replacing Miracle I thought was tough, but they made it work. And then you have Furia, the world champions, X W7M, Philippe Hawks, Heritage JV92, K KZ made. I mean, they're last SI's champs, and I think they did really well. They've fallen off a little bit, but I think it's because they were still trying to switch from W7M to Furia. Um, and then Shopify Rebellion. And I'm pretty big on Shopify Rebellion. I love Grixer, Pablo, Rexin, Surf, Canadian Ambi. I think all these players are very proven, especially Canadian, being one of the only people that has two SIs under his belt. Um, and I think they're gonna do good. I'm just not too sure on Surf. I know he's proven himself in the NAL and at the Montreal Major. I'm still a little iffy on it. And then we got CAG. APAC Last Chance Qualifier Team, Cyclops Athlete Gaming, making it to an event once again. And they've been grouped at every single event that they go to. CAG are unproven. They can make it to events, but they can't stay there. And so, my prediction, first of all, CAG goes home. You have four very proven teams, and then you have CAG. And it's the odd one out, and I'm a big CAG fan. I think their play style is very fun, but I can't get on with it. Second place and first place, however, are very hard. I think I'm going to put FaZe at first. FaZe is a very proven roster, and I think they're one of the favorites to win this event. Second place, it could be between, I think, Team Secret and Shopify. I think I'm going to put Shopify here because Canadian is a very good IGL. They proved themselves during the Montreal Major that this roster could come together and actually do something. I think the rebrand for them is going to work out great from X Sonics because Sonics didn't want to be in Siege anymore, to switch to something like Shopify, who wanted to and were ready to be in Siege, makes them ready to be for the Invitational. And then my third and fourth, I think I'm gonna put Secret at third, and I really don't want to put the World Champs in fourth, but they did not yield the results that they wanted at the Manchester Major, at the Montreal Major, and they didn't even make it to the Montreal Major, and so that's why I'm gonna put them in fourth. Group C, I think is pretty obvious what to predict here. Um, we have Team BDS favorites in global standings, favorites to win the event. These guys should have won both of the majors that they just lost. They got second place in the Montreal and the Manchester major. Um, then you have Dark Zero. Dark Zero, good roster. Kobe Lax, I think he's gonna get better, especially with the Kangaroo Kenny pickup as a coach. I think this roster is one to look out for. Then you have Team Falcons, and Team Falcons, I think they're gonna be better than last year. Especially with Robbie. Robbie really proved himself at the Montreal Major, and he did really well. Then you have where are they? PSG Talon. PSG Talon, I think are the dark horses of this group. They have Fabian as their coach, and I think that all the work that they've been putting in, I believe that they can actually get out of their group with this roster. And then you have Raza Company Academy E1. They didn't do anything at the Manchester Major. They didn't make the Montreal Major, and so I really do think that even as they're a Brazilian team, I don't think they're gonna do well in this event. So I'm gonna put them in last place, and that might be a hot topic. PSG Talon's going to be in fourth, BDS is in first, and Dark Zero is in second. And another reason for Raza Company Academy being in the last place spot for me is that I think that PSG Talon has worked through their mistakes, and I don't think Raza Company Academy has. Group B, I think Group D is pretty easy to call, in my opinion. You have W7M, the Manchester Major Champs, or sorry, the Montreal Major Champs, Dash, Dotas, Dots, Loban, and Volts. Then you have Space Station, Volts Forest, J90, Ashen, and Benjamaster. You have two world champions on this team, and Volts was on that 2020 winning roster, Benjamaster on the G2 roster that won the 2023 Invitational. This roster is a very good roster, but I think someone better than Space Station is Virtus Pro. Pasha always Dan Joystick Shepherd. Virtus Pro got third last year. Then Team Empire, they got second in 2022. They got second in 2019. They're just a very proven roster, and I think Pasha has always just been good. I don't see why they wouldn't almost top their group. Scars, I think they're done. They're dusted. Fish like Tayu, Washoy, Rekanina. I just don't think they can live up to it. And then Oxygen. I think Oxygen are the dark horse of this group. I love to see Newers play on land once again. Diaz and Gomez are a good duo. I miss the Yag and Kino duo, but I love Yag as a player. It's going to be Hat's first land, and Hat is a really good player. He's a really good support player. And so I think that this roster is going to do well, even if they make a lower bracket run. So we're going to have W7M first, then Virtus Pro, then Space Station, then Oxygen, then Scars. And if you guys want to make your own predictions, go to the Ubisoft website or search up R6 Esports Predictions SI 2025. But these are going to be my predictions. You can change them around if you want, but just to recap, Group A, Team Liquid at first, MAD second, G2 eliminated. Group B, FaZe Clan first, Shopify Rebellion second, CAG eliminated. Group C, BDS Dark Zero Raza Company Academy, and Group D, W7M VP Scars. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and have a good day. Thank you.